man. Let's check this out. Let me see. All right, let's go.
50 years. That's not me saying it. They're saying it. And they're saying it could actually get worse. They're the most unpopular they've ever been. And remember, this party held slaves. And now they're being told to go into hiding.
If you're a Democrat, I'm going to tell you the worst thing that you could do right now. Speak for that party. Okay? That party's brand is in such disarray. They have no ideology. My only problem with the
wild statement coming from Charlemagne the God. Wild.
Democratic Party is that even the people that are good, the brand of being a Democrat is so bad.
Yeah, you got to rebrand that.
They shit up.
The brand's so toxic that lifelong liberals aren't even staying to fight. They're moving to Ireland. Where'd they come up with that plan? In therapy.
I feel on the verge of crying when I was there. When he got elected, I luckily had a plan with my therapist. Hope she's watching. Hi, Ann. And I said to her, should he be elected, which none of us thought was going to happen, I need a plan. And the plan was always and only Ireland.
The Democrats who are staying don't have a plan. Axios says, talk to 20 Democrats and you'll find each one has a different theory on why they lost. And
they lost because they didn't run a respectable platform and they didn't run a respectable candidate. That is why they lost.
Rosie's theory is a conspiracy theory.
So I would hope that that would be investigated and that we would see whether or not it was an anomaly or something else that happened on election night in America when Kamala Harris was filling up stadiums with people who supported her. And Donald Trump was not able to do that.
Donald Trump could fill up a stadium in like Seattle on like an hour's notice. All Donald Trump did for years was throw rallies. He's been elected. I think he threw another rally. It's insane. That man loves events. He loves getting people gathered. It's so goofy.
Sounds like Trump. Biden didn't win. Did you see my crowds? It's hard to win if you don't know why you lost. And George Clooney's out there saying, don't look at me.
Looking back on that, happy you did it?
Yeah. I'll make it kind of easy. I was raised to tell the truth. I had seen the president up close for this fundraiser, and I was surprised. And so I feel as if there was a lot of profiles in cowardice in my party through all of that. And I was not proud of that. And I also believed I had to tell the truth.
Clooney just said his party's full of lying cowards, and he calls himself brave for telling the truth. Well, I guess he's brave because you're not allowed to tell the truth in his party. And if you do, they take you out. But the rest of the country didn't need Clooney to tell them Joe was toast. We knew it for years. And we don't need a permission slip from Barack to tell the truth. Suddenly, all these Democrats want credit for telling the truth when the stakes are low. Bernie just came out and said his party's trash.
It saddens me that when the Democrats had control of the Senate, they did virtually nothing for working people.
Whew. Oh, man. Forgive me, Father, for I have strayed. As much as I dislike the modern liberal, gosh darn it, I still like me some Bernie. Love me some Bernie. All right.
Well, I have to say that I'm a member of the Democratic caucus as an independent, so I'm not going to lie to you and tell you otherwise.
Yeah.
And since then, do I think the Democrats have been effective in rallying the American people, in stopping Trump's movement toward oligarchy and authoritarianism? No, I don't.
Berndog just told the country, walk away from the Democrat Party and be an independent. But Bernie's just as big of a hypocrite as Clooney. Bernie never said any of this when Democrats were in power. Now he wants Chuck's head on a platter. MoveOn.org says it's time to move on from Schumer. They say their frustrations are at a boiling point, and if nothing changes, donors are ready to yank their funds out. Schumer can smell the coup coming.
Leader Schumer, are you feeling pressure to step down?
Look, I'm not stepping down. And let me just say this, Kristen. I knew when I cast my vote against
See, this is another thing. Look at the way the Democrats cannibalize themselves. Say what you will, but every single person who in the Republican Party who ran against Trump, when he was the nominee, every single one of them bent the knee. All right? A lot of them have cabinet positions now, you know, but every single one of them bent the knee. Whereas the Democrats, look at how they rip themselves apart. They have no loyalty. They have no sense of formation. You know, it's kind of sad to watch. You know, it's kind of like when you're playing a video game. You know, you're playing Call of Duty and you go against a team that is just like 6 really well coordinated people, and it's like you and your boy and 4 toddlers. Like that's what it's like. The Republicans are like such a more respectable party at this point. But it is kind of sad. It is kind of sad seeing where the liberals are at right now. I really hope they pull it together. We should have a competitive democracy.
against the government shutdown, that there'd be a lot of controversy, and there was.
Chuck's wounded, the clock's ticking, and the Bernie bros smell blood. The progressives are primarying the old-timers. Watch.
Donald Trump and Elon Musk are dismantling our country piece by piece. And so many Democrats seem content to just sit back and let them. So I say it's time to drop the excuses and grow a spine. I'm Kat Abou-Ghazaleh, and I'm running for Congress in Illinois' 9th District.
She's probably qualified, dude. Look at this. She has a clean room. She has a nice mic. She's got a nice chair. That already tells me she's more competent than 95% of the liberals. I'd say run her. Fucking run her.
That woman right there, Kat, she used to work at Media Matters. She used to clip things we said on Fox and try to get us all fired. Now she's running for Congress. This new generation gets going, it's going to get ugly.
The problem for Democrats right now is if they're primaried by a bunch of Bernie Sanders, AOC-type Democrats, they're going to have a real hard problem flipping the House.
Democrats lost two big bets, that they'd always win the youth vote, and when the country got less white, Republicans would be finished. And they were dead wrong on both, and now their coalition's crippled. Ezra Klein, a big-time liberal thinker, says with the way the party's heading and with the number of Democrats moving out of blue states, Democrats could be out of power for the next 15 years. Everyone's moving to red states. It's
Yeah, I could see it. I don't think people understand, but it's like I cannot remember in my lifetime a division among Republicans anywhere near as severe as the division among Democrats right now. Democrats fall into two parties. I still think we should legalize weed. I think poor people deserve health care. And then on the other side, it's like if you question gender ideology, I will destroy you with a firebomb. You know, those are radically different voter blocks, and it's like you can't have that big of a split and not really shoot yourself in the foot. Especially not when the Republicans are getting so much stuff done. Once again, even if you don't like it, they're just getting stuff done.
boosting Republicans' electoral votes. So the Democrats could sweep the Rust Belt and still not hit 270. They lost the working class, and all their leaders aged out. A new poll asked Democrats who best reflects the core values of their party. and AOC came in first place. Wow. AOC is already taking shots at Schumer, saying we need a party that fights harder. And Fetterman told her to shut up. Fight harder, he says, a stunt that would have harmed millions and plunged us into chaos. We kept our government open. Deal with it.
God. Fetterman Shapiro is the only, and I mean I have thought it through, people. It is the only fucking ticket with some oomph. Fetterman Shapiro. And it couldn't be Shapiro Fetterman because Democrats will not run a Jew. So, yeah, it's got to be Fetterman Shapiro. It's the only Democratic ticket that gives them even a fighting chance in 2028. So help me God.
Fetterman just told a woman to deal with it. Are Democrats allowed to talk to each other like that? Now the media is not even getting along with the Democrats.
Okay, you're out there with AOC today. Would you like to see her join you in the Senate?
Right now, we have, as I said, just a whole lot of people in the Congress. Okay, Jonathan, thanks.
Wait, I got one more. This is important.
No, I asked you.
Okay.
You want to do nonsense, do nonsense.
No.
I don't want to talk about inside the Beltway. Stop.
I was just going to ask you one more question about you. I mean, that's all. I was literally your last.
What is your question?
Well, I mean, it's easier if you're sitting.
Who storms out of an interview and then comes back and sits down? What was that? You got to commit. They want AOC to run against Schumer and knock him out because at least AOC can get a crowd, even though it's basically the same crowd Bernie's been getting for 10 years. But some Democrats think she's the ticket.
Newsom is obviously setting up for a run for the presidency in 2028.
Nobody outside of California has a large amount of respect for Newsom. Newsom just started a podcast, brought on Charlie Kirk, and got schooled by someone half his age. So I don't think. Who the fuck's this kid, by the way? Christ, I need to get a haircut. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna get a haircut and get my brows done tomorrow. I can't be looking like a liberal on camera.
And I'm not so sure that his current strategy is really going to work, because what he's doing is he's trying to appeal to the right. But what I see is people like AOC and Bernie Sanders, who are further left than politicians we've seen in the mainstream in modern American history, garnering so much support, breaking records with attendance at rallies. What the
AOC and Bernie, it's like a blue wave, brah. Fucking idiot.
left may need right now is possibly somebody further to the left, not further to the right.
So the country's moving right. And
the most ignorant opinion you could possibly fucking have coming out of the last election is that you need someone further left. They never learn.
And Democrats think the way to win is to move left. Everyone fled California, and Democrats are like, I know, let's run the country like California.
I mean, this looks like game over, you know, and the reason why people are voting with their feet is a lot of what your book is about.
Yeah,
taxes and regulation. I certainly been screaming about it forever. I did 3 years with a sign here that said, how long is it going to take me to get my solar hooked up? 3 years. Talking about it on television in this state. You couldn't do it.
Democrats can't stop the things they want to stop or build the things they want to build. Do they have any ideas that are different than Donald Trump? Because saying, I don't like what he's doing is not an idea. Listen to what Democrats want to campaign on next year.
Well, we could eliminate all voter registration laws. See, when Democrats get in charge...
Yeah. It's like he wants to repel victory. The country overwhelmingly tells you, we need to get illegal immigrants out. We need to start the deportations, right? Overwhelmingly, that is the popular opinion right now. And you think that the thing to get the Democratic Party back on track would be to remove safeguards from elections? Are you a fucking idiot? Are you... Wow.
We try to protect voting rights. We don't make voting easier. We didn't have voter pre-registration in 1787. We didn't have voter pre-registration in 1821.
Such a stupid argument. We didn't have registration back when there were like 90 dudes who could vote. Yeah, because the dude counting the votes knew everyone in town. So stupid.
We only started having voter registration, generally speaking, after the Civil War. Why do you think?
The credit bureaus have only been open since the late 80s. Who gives a shit?
Think that is?
Don't regulate who gets to vote. That's not even an idea. That's just cheating. Politics is basically about getting people on your side. And there's a lot of different ways to do it. Patronage, persuasion, inspiration. Kid Rock is doing conversion therapy.
Kid Rock was here a couple of weeks ago, and he said, I want you to meet Trump. He said, I'm going to take you to the White House. So now we're going to do that.
I think that's
and like
a good
there will be
conversation.
lots of people on the left who will be like, how dare you talk to this man? It's like,
Yeah.
you know, I'm not playing this game that you mean girls play.
Yes.
Where like, oh, you know what? You can't sit at my lunch table because I'm just not talking to you. Not talking to you, you lost the election. Who the do you think you have to talk to?
Bill Maher, Gavin Newsom, Stephen A.
God, Bill Maher might be the last semi-reasonable liberal. Yeah, the guy. Which is why he no longer sounds like a liberal.
Hey, they lost, and they want to talk to the winning team. This is how it happens. Once you start talking to the other side, you stop hating them because you see them as humans. And then you find out you have a lot in common. And the next thing you know, you're sleeping with the enemy. The Democrats have gone so far left that Gavin, Maher, these guys, they're just looking for a new home. It happened with Rogan, Tulsi, and RFK too. Republicans have this big, beautiful tent. Why don't you stay for a minute? Spend the night. Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy how the radical liberals will chase away and cannibalize the best people in their party because they are not 100% on board with 100% of their radical beliefs. So, yeah, it's, I love... How bad do you think they want Rogan back? How bad do you think they want Musk back? How bad do you think they want Tulsi Gabbard back? You know, I think they want them pretty bad. But the radical liberals chase off the moderate liberals. And now that is talent on the other side of the aisle.